Welcome back to the NFHL for tonight's second half of our doubleheader between the San Francisco 49ers and the visiting Los Angeles Chargers as Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and their guys get equipped and face to set here. Antonio Gates, Philip Rivers, Dan Fouts, LaDainian Tomlinson, and the Chargers. It's going to be a great one here tonight as they are going through the anthem, and we will get down to the puck drop. Here we go with the second half of the doubleheader. It's going to be a good one tonight. High octane, and Charger fires in the air.
Well, here we go. Welcome to the San Francisco 49ers and the LA Chargers. Penalty. We just started the game, and we already have our first power play coming up.
Interference off the draw. We see it all the time. These football players can't get it through their head, and it's Philip Rivers this time. Just shoving him off. Can't do that, Phil. Sit down for two, count your kids, and let's get ready for a top-line power play here.
And now they're going to send the second line already.
They're going to send the second line up, and they're going to warm up the top line for that last minute.
Here we go, drops. Here's Merriman. Merriman dumps it up, and that one hits the skate to Haley. Now Haley to Bosa. And now Gore. Gore drops it down to Young. Young takes it, and he gets stripped off of it. And now here's Merriman. Merriman sends up the wall. It's caught by Bosa. Now Bosa to Haley. Now McCaffrey to Young. Young to Haley. Slap shot, and they score! Frank Gore with the tip.
Frank Gore has opened up the gate. And that's a hard thing to do, but when you misdirect it right in front there, that's just perfectly planned and executed offensive hockey by the Niners.
And the 49ers strike first in San Fran.
You had to think in the game plan, too, that this was all a plan, right? Like, if you want to get into Gates, you got to do different things. You can't just take shots at him. You have to mix it up. You have to get some tips, some dirty stuff going on in front, and the Niners are out and they're rolling.
Here we go, it's 1-0 San Francisco. Now here's Lott, goes into McCaffrey. McCaffrey takes it up, McCaffrey to Gore. Now Young shot, and that one stopped. Now the other one's turned aside by Gates. Here comes Fouts. Fouts takes it down, gives it to Seau. Junior Seau makes a move. Now the puck goes to the wall, Tomlinson to Fouts, spins it around, and that one stopped. And now another one, blocked out front. Now Tomlinson, Alworth shot, and that one stopped. Now Alworth looking for Tomlinson. Alworth sends it around to Tomlinson. Now to Merriman. Merriman, he gets poked away. Now he looks for the puck. Tomlinson takes it through the circle, drops it down to Seau. Now Merriman, stop shot. That one stopped by Kittle.
These Chargers, they're the type of team that can put a goal that gets scored on them right behind them. They mean business. They've got a good goaltender behind them, and they got firepower of their own. Watch out for LaDainian Tomlinson here.
Here's Alworth. Alworth gives it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson to Rivers. Rivers to Mack. And that one's a big save by Kittle. Great save right there by George Kittle. Great on their feet, recognizing that stop.
Niners definitely have a goaltender of their own in George Kittle. They're confident in him. Give him a goal. He could win a game.
Here's Joyner. Joyner looking around. Joyner gets held to the wall. He gets crunched now. Now a battle for it. Here's Montana. Joe Montana takes it up the wall. Montana through the circle, sends it to the point. Blitz took it away. Now here comes Harris. Najee Harris up the wall looking around. Harris holds away and gives it to Mack. Mack shot. And that one slides the rebound. Stopped.
Looks like they came with a game plan to feed some pucks out to Mack at the blue line.
Here's one-timer, and that one stopped. And now here's Herbert. Herbert takes it, gives it to Dean. Dean coming up the ice. Dean looking around. Dean, shot, glove save. Kittle, he'll cover.
11:55 left in the first. It's been a good one so far. It's going to be a goalie-type matchup. Niners strike first on the tip. But the Chargers mean business, putting one on Joe right there. Here comes Brock Purdy and his guys. Roger Craig out on this line, along with John Taylor.
Here we go, it drops. Herbert to O'Neal, and O'Neal gets sent flying right there. Now McConkey shot, that bounces away. And now Bosa to Craig. Craig coming up the wall. Craig glides through. Craig stops at the circle. Drops it down to Bosa. Bosa from point to point to Willis. One-timer and that one stopped by Gates. And now Herbert sends it around the wall to Bird. Bird gets pressured immediately, and now Herbert drops it down to McConkey. Here's Ladd McConkey. McConkey looking around. And now he gets forced to the wall. Taylor up the ice now. Taylor makes a quick move, but Humphries pokes it away. Now Seau looking around, tried to center that one. Now Means poked away. Now Ayuk uses the Bosa. Bosa took it down. Now Garcia coming down to Willis now. Willis makes a toe drag, but he's taken down by Seau. And now another big hit on the wall right there. Now Means to Seau the butts to Humphries. Humphries takes it, spin move, and that one's working. Now Hurst, and that one's covered.
That one slipped out of Kittle. Kittle had to be prepared for that one. Just 4 goal, 4 shots each there. Big hit there. Najee Harris just careening him in the corner. And let's get back to the puck drop. Steve Young will face it off.
Here we go. Here's Merriman. Slap shot. He scores! There's another tip.
Charlie Joyner bombs one. No, actually, Merriman with the bomb and Joyner with the tip. Excuse me. Let's look at this. It's Merriman with just a clapperoni.
Let's see this. Beautiful.
And Joyner gets a little chip on it. Changes it up. These are 2 tough goalies, so the Chargers respond of one of their own. We got a tie game. 7:50 left in the first, and we're just getting going.
Now here's Locke trying to feed it across, but that one banks off. Now here's Rivers. Now here's Khalil Mack. Mack to Gore. Gore spins down to McCaffrey. McCaffrey takes it, and now Young, and that one stopped. Now Gore. Harris now to Rivers. Phillip Rivers taking up the ice. Rivers looking around. Rivers stops. Drops it down to Mack. Mack to Harris. Shot stopped.
Getting frisky down low on both sides. Here comes Steve Young.
Young to Gore. Gore to Young, and that one stopped. And now Young at the circle. Tried to center it. It's intercepted by Rivers. And now Joyner coming up the ice. Joyner looking. Gives it one-timer with Harris, and that one stopped. Now Hanks. Hanks to Young. Young. And that one's broken up by Joyner. Here's Dean. He backs up as he gives it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson to Fouts as they enter the zone. Fouts uses his body to get in the way, but Hanks takes it. Now Hanks coming up the ice. Hanks up the half wall and in. Hanks dumps it in now. Merriman spins around Allworth, and now big hit by Taylor. Taylor one-timer, and that one misses the net completely. And now here's Purdy. The Taylor poked away. Now Purdy drops it down to Young. Young to Hanks, slap shot, and that one stopped. And now here's Craig. Craig now to Young, and that one doesn't work. And now here's a pass down to Fouts. Jan Fouts takes it, slap shot, blocked out front. Hanks spins around as he gives it to Taylor. Taylor looking to Purdy. Now here's Purdy. He gets poked away by McConkey. McConkey to Herbert now. Herbert gets pressured by Purdy. And now Bosa. Bosa to Rice. Here comes Rice up the ice. And now Willis. Willis holds up. And that's taken away by Gordon. And now Bird. Bird taking up the wall. About a minute left to go here in the first. Here's Willis. Willis to Owens. Terrell Owens takes it. Owens is poked away. And now some battling for it. Here's Montana. Joe Montana. Toe drag shot. He scores! What a goal! That's going in the top place!
Joe Montana. Pretty sweet. Toe drag. Nifty. Look at that move right there. And he absolutely fools Antonio Gates on that one.
Did he do the no-looker too? He wasn't even looking when he shot at Top Cheddar. He did the no-looker.
Joe Montana looks off Antonio Gates and scores an absolute beauty.
And Joe Montana on the board. Here comes Rice. Rice gives it to Montana. Joe Montana coming up the wall. Montana with the final seconds coming down. And now O'Neal gives it to Humphries, and that's going to do it.
Holy cow!
Look at that goal. Look at that, the no-looker.
What a period. With these two goalies, we weren't expecting that for a first, I'll tell you that.
Well, here we go. It's time to view the first intermission plays of the period. And let's start with the goals. We'll save the best for last.
We just have all types of gorgeousness to look at here. This is crazy.
Here's Gore with the tip. Take a look here. The great passing here. Sent it to the middle. Now quick feedback up top. The ripper and a beautiful tip.
Look at this. I was talking to Steve and Frank earlier today before the game. And they were really talking about how much they love playing with each other. They're having an opportunity here on the ice with obviously the Niners. The big talk with this Niners is their top line. But it's the second line. They have a lot of pride in what they're doing, and it's working.
Look at that. Kettle's got the save in the bag until that happens.
They like Merriman dropping bombs from up top. They feel like it's a real strength of the team.
The goal of the game so far. Look at this. When he shoots it, Blueberry's looking. He is not looking at the net at all.
What is Antonio Gates supposed to do here when Joe Montana is staring at Jerry Rice, who's lurking back door? What do you do? Who do you defend? There's just nothing you could do.
And then here are some shots. Merton Hanks. Slapper.
Rubberneck slapping the rubber puck.
Well, can I tell you what we mostly want to see here? Let's look at some big hits. This Tomlinson on McCaffrey.
LaDainian Tomlinson with the kaboom.
Bounce on Bosa.
Nick Bosa getting lit up.
Rivers on Hanks.
Double team in the corner. Watch out now.
Dean on Montana. Montana on Mac. Everyone's getting their hits in. Mac on Montana. Just after Montana laid Mac. Taylor on O'Neill. It goes on.
These boys are playing some hockey. I tell you, they rewrite the rules for this league and they let these boys play. I tell you. We're just barely going into the second, but it really doesn't feel like it. Whole bunch of shots, some beautiful goals. My, oh my, and we still got 40 to go. Let's get it.
There's Lott to Owens. Terrell Owens gives it a Montana shot. What a save by Gates!
Antonio Gates, and he's cool as a cucumber. Look at him. He nonchalantly just snatches that in the glove. And let's get this going again.
Joe Montana getting snatched up. We have a lot of top play highlights for you. Look at this. Robbery.
They show it 3 times. Rice again right in front. Gates is just staring at Hall of Famers all day long, and he says, no way, Jose.
Look at that big-time stop. And here's Montana on the draw versus Rivers.
And that really cooled off this 49er crowd. It is silent in here, deafening.
Here's Harris. Harris makes a move. Harris out front, shot and save Kittle.
You feel like if you're the 49ers here, you are preserving the 2-1 lead, but something about that save right there, I feel like internally might have turned the tables. Watch out for the charges.
Here we go. Lott gives it across to Haley. Haley to Rice. Here comes Rice up the ice. He makes a move. Gives it to Owens. Shot. And that one slides the Gates for the cover.
Collapsing defense on Owens. He doesn't get the shot he wants. Easy save for the gatekeeper. We'll take a draw right here in front of him. His guy, Phillip Rivers. The face-off against Joe.
It drops. Montana wins it. Now here's a one-timer. It's intercepted. Here comes Najee Harris. He's all alone on the breakaway, and he gets stopped by Kittle.
Way to go, Kittle there. He didn't drop too early. He held his ground. He backed it up, and he basically closed off any open area. Big steal by Najee Harris. The Chargers almost got it open there and got that tying goal that they're looking for.
Here we go. Rivers on the draw versus Montana. Here's Seau to Merriman. Merriman's shot goes wide. And now Joyner's shot. That one stopped. Here's Montana trying to push through. Now here goes Lott up the ice. Lott looking with Rice. And now Owens to Rice. And that one stopped. Now here's Haley. One-timer. And that one stopped by Gates.
Antonio Gates having to make a couple quick stops there. Still 16:58 to go. Action-packed. This could very well be a Super Cup championship matchup. I can see both of these teams doing their damage here in the future. Coming up in the regular season.
There's Merriman, he's poked away. And now Montana gets sent down as Seau tries to dig it out. Seau, he gets enforced for that one. Now the puck coming up the wall. Merriman gets chased down for it, slides out front, and Alworth catches that one. Now Fouts. Dan Fouts takes it, makes the move. Fouts looking around, and he's poked away. Now here's Rice. Rice to Montana. Montana taking it, dumps it up the wall. And now it's a chase down for it. Dean gets sent to the wall hard.
He just walked right into that one. I hope he's okay. I hope he's awake.
There's Lott now. Lott to Haley. Haley gets hit. And now here's Montana. He's been on the ice for 6 minutes. And now he'll finally get off.
Joe Montana just chugging away. Here comes that second line we've been talking about. They've had the chemistry.
Look at that hit, though.
Just what they call a depleter. That's a depleter.
There's Herbert with Gordon and McConkey. Taking the drop for LA. Now here's the tie-up. McConkey gives it to Gordon. Gordon looking up. Gordon to McConkey. McConkey shot. Now one's deflected away. Willis grabs that one now. Now Willis stops, leaving to Bosa. Bosa to McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey to Gore. Gore takes it through the wall. McCaffrey going chasing for it now as it goes to Herbert. Herbert to Gordon. And now hit right there. Puck goes sliding down. McCaffrey going chasing for it as Dean has it. McCaffrey holds him to the wall. Back to Herbert. Herbert took it away. And now Dean hit to the wall by McCaffrey. Now McConkey across to Herbert. Herbert to Gordon. Gordon to Dean. And now Dean will get it out. Here's Mac. Mac across, intercepted by Gore. And now Gore taking it down. Toe drag shot. Blocked out front. And now here's Gore behind the net. And now a chance. That one bounces through. And Gates will find it.
High hopes here in LA with the Chargers and their young fella, Ladd McConkey. We've seen him. He is a scorer. He can put it in the back of the net. And they're going to look to him to generate offense as this season moves forward.
Here we go, we drop. Here's Butts. Butts across to O'Neal. O'Neal to Means. Means takes it through. Means, quick shot. And that one goes wide. And now a battle for it on the wall. Here's Bosa. Bosa gives it to Purdy. Brock Purdy taking it through. And now Taylor. Taylor, shot. And that one is blocked out front. And a one-timer. That's stopped. And now Butts, he gets hit as he gets to Humphreys. Now O'Neal coming up the ice. About 9 minutes left to go in the second. There's a quick dump up. Here's Young to Hanks. Hanks held to the wall. And now Purdy. Purdy, he's taken away. And now Harris had a spot. And that doesn't work. Now here's Taylor. Taylor takes it through. Poked away by Merriman. Now Seau. Seau coming up the ice, looking around. Here's Seau. Pulls back, and he gets taken down, and now shot, save, and the rebound goes away. Now Craig to Young. Young to Hanks. Hanks has it. Hanks coming down, gives it to Ayuk. Ayuk takes it to the wall and sends it around. Now it's a chase. Seau held to the wall, battling for it now. Seau versus Rivers right here on this. And now Garcia to Hanks. Hanks to Young. Young across to Ayuk. Shot, and that one stopped by Gates.
Things have clamped up a bit here in the last 5. After the 2-1, both of these Ds starting to figure it out. They're starting to jam it up, attacking their top guys, and not really much space on the ice here in the last 5-6 minutes of this game.
Here's Tomlinson across to Allward trying to get through the slot, but he's poked away by Lott. Now here's Joe Montana. Montana taking it through. He stopped and loses control of it. Now Montana zips it across, and now Owens, Terrell Owens, is taken down by Tomlinson, and now Alworth. Alworth across to Tomlinson. Tomlinson to Seau. Seau to Merriman. Merriman coming up the ice. Merriman goes forehand, backhand, shot, save, and the rebound goes to Rice. And here's Owens. Terrell Owens coming up the ice. Owens gliding through to Montana, poked away, and now Tomlinson, he might have space. And now here's Fouts shot, and that one stopped.
LaDainian Tomlinson dropped it off for Dan Fouts.
And now there's McCaffrey out front, and he's taken down by Neal. Now Neal to Gordon. Gordon zooms into the zone now, shot by McConkey, and a glove save for Carroll.
Nice little minute there. Couple quick up and downs on both sides. LaDainian Tomlinson almost had a wide open B-way. He gives it to Fouts, who couldn't get the job done. McCaffrey goes the other way. Gets it taken just a bit late. Here comes Herbert and his guys for another round. 3:36 left in the second.
Here we go. Here's McCaffrey, gives it to Gore. Gore coming up the ice. Gore makes a quick move, shot, and that one's turned aside by Gates. Now Gordon, he gets stripped up by McCaffrey, and we're gonna have a tripping penalty. CMC to the box.
Great opportunity coming here for the Chargers.
Well, here we go.
Feel like they're feeling pretty good about the last couple minutes of this game. That big save by Gates earlier, and they're trying to add on and get this equalizer. They got 2 minutes to do it. 2:57 left in the second. Let's see what they do.
Here we go, we drop. Here's Saya, gives it to Mack. Mack poked away. Now battling for it. Here's Gordon to Mack. Shot, blocked out front. One thing I realized about this crowd, the consistency of when they cheer and when they don't is very off. Here's Rivers, drops it down to Joyner. Joyner, he's got space, and it's kicked away. And now here's Hanks, he backhands it out. And now a quick battle for it at the blue line, and it'll go even deeper. Now Purdy pressuring Mack. And now Purdy's gonna get a hold of the puck for a second, but Mack gets it back. Now here's Sayout, gives it down to Rivers. Rivers to Gordon. Gordon gets into the skates of Hanks, and he'll get the clear.
It's a great kill so far by the Niners. They're executing perfectly with this 2-1 lead and on the kill.
Now big hit right there, puck sitting there. Sayout to Rivers. Rivers going slow, gives it to Joyner. And Joyner took it down hard. And now Rivers, Kadeen, slap shot. And an easy glover by Kittle to cover.
And that's just going to leave 1 second left on the power play before we go even strength. Textbook kill.
Oh, look at that hit.
By the Niners, John Taylor just putting in the force.
Here's Tomlinson with Herbert and Howard. It drops. Here's Young to Lott. Springs it down to McCaffrey at the penalty box. McCaffrey and a save, Gates. That was a great chance.
Great spring to get it down to CMC as he has to go heads up with Antonio Gates. Gates stands his ground and keeps this thing a one-goal game with just 32 left in the second.
McCaffrey was being a little too much of a fancy pants trying to score that goal, though. Gotta go fundamentals right there. Now here's Tomlinson, toe drags through, gives it a foul shot, and now one stopped, and now Kittle covers.
Nice little opportunity there. LaDainian Tomlinson looking for the pass a little bit more often than the shot here in this game. I think his team might need to start shooting the puck here if they want to climb back into this one.
We drop now. Here's Lott, slides to Haley, and that's gonna do it for the second. That's some great second period action here. Some great chances on each side, but the 49ers find themselves with a 2-1 lead.
The hitting continues. That whole second period clamps up. It becomes defensive, and the goaltender stepping up here to keep no goals on that during that period there. And we will get to the third with the 2-1 game, 17 shots each. I still think this is anybody's game right now.
Well, here we go. Let's look at the shots. Christian McCaffrey finds himself off the spring all alone. Doesn't show the spring, but it shows him on the B-way. I feel like he went a little fancy here doing that toe drag move. What I really think he should have done here, the awareness shows me here, there's all that backhand. If he can get at this backhand, it's over.
I mean, that's easy to say, but that's the gatekeeper, and when you're staring him down, it's hard to find a way around him. He's an absolute beast. He's
but
huge.
I mean, let's not credit the fact that there's two big hitting defensemen behind him.
That really did probably throw off the move that McCaffrey was looking to make. And that was just enough for Antonio Gates to make that stop.
Joyner, look at this nice chance. We got McConkey with a nice shot on Kittle.
That was a laser.
We got Fouts on one on Kittle.
Yeah, LaDainian's been dealing. He dealt that one to Fouts for an opportunity. LaDainian had an opportunity himself. Comes another, just trying to get shots on goal. Look at that on-purpose rebound type of thing. It just goes the wrong way. I like what the Chargers have been doing in this game. I think they're right in it. They're just down 2-1.
Look at that
I think
hit.
they're right for a comeback here. 3-2 Chargers, I'm calling it.
Ooh, look at that one. O'Neal with a big hit right there with McCaffrey.
So far, Joe Montana's no-looker has been the difference in the game. He's just all over the ice, too. Big hit.
Well, here we go. Time for the third. Anything could happen because this is the NFL.
It's game on here up in the Bay. San Francisco holds this 2-1 lead.
Here we go. Here's Harris. Gives it to Joyner. Joyner stops. Looking around. Throws it down to Merriman. And Merriman. Now Merriman scoops around. Gives it shot. And a glove save. Kittle.
Sean Merriman gets his bucket whacked off.
Well, predicted starts in the game in this game.
They'll take a draw. Look at that.
Ooh, look at that. The bucket goes flying.
But I like the way Merriman's been playing in this game. He plays a very offensive, defensive game. He's a big hitter himself, but he'll step up right into the pocket, and he'll clap one at you.
Now slap shot, and that one's blocked. And here's Harris. Harris gives it to Seau. Seau to Joyner. Joyner to Rivers. Rivers to Joyner. Shot! What a save right there by George Kittle!
That's just a nasty reactionary save by George Kittle.
An acrobatic stop right there!
Because he opened him up. George Kittle was opened up. All the space was there, and he just sticks out the blocker on a prayer, and he gets enough of it.
And a new fan also getting a puck.
Look at that, no-looker himself. Flashy, fantastic plays in this Battle of California.
Here we go, Montana on the draw versus Rivers. It drops. Here's Lott. Lott takes it. He gets crunched on the wall, and here comes Owens. Owens pulls back, gives it to Rice. Back to Owens. Now Montana. Montana shot and a save. Gates. Now he'll play it out to Seau. Here's Harris. Harris zips it up to Joyner. Joyner, quick move. And now Harris. Chance out front. Lost Grable. What a save right there by George Kittle.
George Kittle getting hot late right when they need him to. Keeping his team with a 1-goal lead.
Stretches out the leg and makes a huge stop. And now here's Fouts coming up the ice. Fouts took it away. Now Tomlinson spins it around. Here's Fouts. Drops it down to Tomlinson. Tomlinson stops looking around, drops it down. Now Fouts, shot save, and the rebound's caught by Haley.
Chargers are creating opportunities. They are coming.
Here we go, it's Young. Young down to McCaffrey. McCaffrey one timer and they score!
McCaffrey finds Jerry Rice hanging out at the back door with a Mai Tai. It's 3-1. San Francisco 49ers. Just a beauty right through. And he just buries it. Dunk.
Beautiful pass, look at that. Through 3 sticks.
That's beautiful stuff right there. If you're a San Francisco fan, that's just stuff that'll make you cry.
Here we go. Herbert on the drop versus Young. The Chargers are going to need to look for something. Here we go. Here's McConkey coming up the ice. He's took it down hard. And now here's Willis. Willis gives it across to Gore. Gore looking around, drops it down to McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey dumps it up the wall. And now Mack Khalil Mack behind the net. He bank passes that one all the way to McConkey. McConkey with space to Gordon. What a pass and a save! That pass was beautiful, but a better stop.
George Kittle has been locked down. He's the difference maker in this game as of right now because the Chargers came out, giving him everything they got. But it's the Niners who have prevailed and scored the goal in this period to have a 2-goal lead with just 13:44. This clock is a milking.
Here we go, it drops. Here's Willis. Willis has it. He's out to the wall. Willis battling for it now. Puck goes up the wall to Purdy. Brock Purdy bank passes that one all the way down to Craig. Craig looking around and he's poked away by Mack. Now Mack gives it down to Butts. Butts loses it and now it goes to Means. Means holds it up the wall, Means the Butts, and that one blocked up front. Now Humphries is stopped. Now here comes Nick Bosa. Bosa to Taylor. Taylor has it. Taylor, quick move. Gets it to the skate to Max, and now Bosa. Shot. Save Gates, and he'll cover.
Gates giving up 3 on 21. That's not like him, but they have been all grade A, phenomenal, highlight reel goals. It's the only way to beat him.
Here's Bosa, gives it to Willis. Willis gets sent hard down to the ground, and now that shot is a glove save by Gates.
Swallow that one up, but he needs his team to go get him one. 11-27, and their fate is sealed.
Look at that hit. Here you go, Dan Fouts on the draw versus Jeff Garcia. A bit of a mismatch on the ice here. Here we go, we drop, and Fouts wins that one. Bird gives it up top to Tomlinson. Tomlinson to Alworth. Alworth, quick move, gives it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson drops it down, and Hurst takes it away. Now here comes Young down the ice. Young, toe drag move, gives it. Garcia poked away. Now one time to Ayuk, that one's blocked. Now Fouts coming down the ice. Fouts, quick move. Fouts poked away, and now Hanks held to the wall. And now Fouts drops it down to Tomlinson. Shot blocked out front.
Good play down there by Dan Fouts. He's trying to make something happen, but his guys ain't working enough with him.
Ayuk takes it out front. That one stopped. Now O'Neal to Fouts. Fouts loses control of that one as Montana wins the race now. Montana behind the net. And Montana pushed away. Now a battle for it. Here's Owens. Owens takes it out front. Shot save. The rebound going away now. Now Alworth, he dumps it up the wall and goes chasing for it. Young brings it down to Owens. Terrell Owens takes it. Owens to Rice, backhander and a stop. Now here's Rice, drops it down to Owens. Owens drops it to Haley. Haley to Lott, and now that one is blocked.
Niners top line is churning.
Here we go, Merriman. Merriman has it, and now Lott. Lott takes it through the corner. Lott battling for it. Joyner gives it down. Stop shot. Glove save made by Kittle.
What I think we consider the best line in the entire league has looked like the best line in the entire league. Jerry Rice got it going on. Joe Montana got it going on. T.O. is being physical and aggressive, and these boys look unstoppable.
Here's Lott. Gives it to Gore. Gore coming up the ice. Gore pulling back. Looking through the wall, Gore stops for a second, but that gives Harris time to take it away. Well, if the Chargers want to stay in this game, they're going to need a score like right now. And here's a chase down for it. Big hit right there on the wall, but Lott sends it around, intercepted by Gordon, drops it down to Merriman. And now Seo, slap shot, and that one stopped. Here's Lott to McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey gliding to pull back, and it's taken away. Now Gordon down the ice. Gordon Deke tried to shimmy his way through the center. And now a battle on the wall. It goes to Young. Young, turnover right there. McConkey to Gordon. And now Zao, slap shot, and they score! Ladd McConkey on the tip!
Ladd McConkey wakes up and he gets one down there. They're scoring the same way. There's definitely a strategy going on here. And they cash in again. It's Ladd McConkey. We've seen it to him before, and he's done it again.
Look at that tip! Off the ground, beautiful tip.
That's a big-time goal by Ladd McConkey to cut this deficit down to 1 with 3:52 left in the third. Here come the Chargers.
We drop. Here's Seo. Seo takes the puck, intercepted by Owens. Owens trying to come down, poked away. Now McConkey gets it to Gordon. Gordon coming down the ice. Toe drag move. Gordon to McConkey shot. And that one bounces through.
That puck got loose on Kittle there. Very fortunate this thing's not tied up.
And now here's McConkey. Now McConkey takes it through side to side. Now Humphries. And he's took it down. Humphries looking around for something. And he's bumped away. Now Terrell Owens trying to get some speed going. Owens, he gets spun around. Now here's Mack. Sends it across to Means. Means drops it down. Intercepted by Rice. And now Montana coming up the ice. Montana. And he gets pushed down to the ground. Here's Means now. About a minute left to go here. Start keeping an eye on Antonio Gates.
Chargers need to get their top guys out there as well.
Here's Gore. Gore has the puck. Looking to waste time. Now battle on the wall. Right here's usually where I would pull the goalie. But now here's Willis. Willis coming up the ice. Willis across to McCaffrey. And now Young poked away. And now here comes Antonio Gates to the bench. Now Gore gives it up top to Willis. They want to make sure that they can't get to the empty net. Battling for it on the wall. And now Haley to Young.
Great job milking the clock. Just 20 seconds left. Time is running out for the Chargers.
And now they'll go offside, forcing Gates to come back in. This is
not a great job by the Chargers on the pulled net with the open net and the pulled goalie. They really floundered here in this last minute. They can't get it going.
Here we go. Here's Harris. Harris poked away. And now Haley across. Pass doesn't work. And now Mack. Rivers. And that one just misses. Great chance late. And now Harris. And now the joiner. And that one's blocked. Now Rivers trying to send it back. But the Niners win.
To the wire. What a game between a couple of teams that could go all the way in this thing. As this season progresses, Niners look great. They played textbook hockey. They played exactly the type of game that they want to play. But the Chargers were no slouch. It's just the Niners had just one better play in this game. And with that backdoor to Jerry Rice ends up being the GWG.
Here we go. Stay tuned for the plays of the period.
That goal by McConkey
And
was sick. What a tip. Look at this one. Backdoor. Jerry Rice. Hello. Goodbye,
Here we go.
Chargers.
Third star goes to Joe Montana with the goal. 0 assists and 4 hits. He had the most beautiful goal I've ever seen.
He does the Magic Johnson look off.
Steve Young, 2
Buries it.
assists.
2 assists. Steve Young, and his line was going today as well. These Niners are going to be hard to beat.
Jerry Rice with a goal, 0 assists and 8 hits. The GWG.
There it is, another look at it, and it's just pretty.
Well, here we go. Let me show you some game changers here. These are really the ones that change the game. So let's start with the goals, obviously, because here's the game winner.
Let's get a couple of good looks. Let's get a full screen look at this, Victorious. We want to see all the angles on this one here as McCaffrey stretches
let's
the
count how many
play.
sticks this pass.
He's got Dean and
Goes past
Tomlinson
Dean.
looking. It's Tomlinson is
It
probably
goes
supposed to be
right
clocking through.
Gates, and it goes right to Rice. There's no more beauty than that can be. And then look at this nice tip.
McConkey gets his team back in it late here. He gets his stick on it and it goes top. Chasey.
Look at these incredible saves. Look at that. Look at this incredible save. Look at that.
Each team just in the mid-20s on
Look at
shots,
how-
but
look.
they were all grade A's, it seemed like. It seemed like every save the goalies had to make in this game were fantastic ones.
Look at the sliding effort to dive and make the save. And then you got McConkey getting robbed right there. But
One
in the
fluttered a little bit on him.
this one was beautiful.
Just reaching out with the block. George Kittle's got some great reactionary saves. He's an exciting goalie to watch here in the NFHL. And folks, we're going to leave this one with a 3-2 San Francisco win here in the preseason. We will see you tomorrow night for a pair of Super Bowl matchups. And that's it for the NFHL tonight. Good night, folks.
Good night, folks, from our doubleheader. Final score 3-2. San Francisco.